Hello my dear friends, so welcome back, welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos guys, thanks a lot. So this video is going to be quite a tricky video because in this video I'm going to talk about regarding the first house of your D9 chart, or you can also relate this thing to as the 7th house of the life partner chart, because if you make 7th house your ascendant, the 7th house of the D9 chart, make that thing your ascendant, then the first house becomes the 7th house. So that is first house, it is very important because it not only represents your physical personality or your characteristics that you are going to obtain after marriage, but it also somewhere represents the relationship aspect in your life. What is your way of dealing with the relationship aspect in the marriage, and how your life partner is going to perceive the marriage. And let me tell you one more thing. The first house of the D9 chart, it plays a vital role in reshaping your life towards the betterment. Because the first house is very strong. If the ascendant lord of the D9 chart, if this thing, that planet is very strong, it means you are going to receive lot of blessings after marriage especially. And let me tell you one more interesting thing. In D9 chart, the house placement don't play a vital role. The sign placement, zodiac sign placement plays a vital role, especially in the D9 chart. Because if planet is getting exalted and suppose it is posited in the 6th house, so with the passage of time, the exalted planet in the 6th house as well, it is having that kind of a significance or qualities present inside this planet. So must check your ascendant lord in whichever zodiac sign it is posited. Whether the zodiac sign is very friendly, or it is exalted over there, or it is getting debilitated, that thing is going to determine the marriage perspective of your complete life. Apart from this first house of the D9 chart, it also represents the personality shift. As I told you in my previous videos as well, like from the D1 to D9 chart, you can relate these both charts on the simultaneous basis. Because D1 shows your original personality before marriage. And after marriage, because of the impact of your spouse and life partner's chart upon your life, you are going to change more of a D9 ascendant. So that is why the ascendant of the D9 chart is very important. Apart from this, let me tell you one more thing. The sustenance of the marriage, that thing is also purely governed from the first house, because it is going to show you the after marriage circumstances. What are the kind of things that are going to happen after marriage? And that is why your spouse or your life partner, it is given 7th house to them, because that is you who are in connection with your life partner. That is you, your inner self. And that is the 7th house of your life partner. Because in a marriage kind of a bond or any kind of a relationship, both of the male and female personality, they are having something to say. So in the similar way, first house, that is you, and the 7th house, it is the perception of your marriage. How your spouse is going to perceive the marriage. What are the circumstances that your spouse or life partner is going to bring you in your life. So in that way, you have to relate the first house of the D9 chart. Now, how this thing is different from the D1 chart, or can we apply this thing to D1 chart as well? Yes, we can definitely apply this technique to the D1 chart as well. But let me tell you, if you applying this technique to the D1 chart and you are making your 7th house ascendant, and then the first house become your relationship house. That is the relationship which you are going to experience after marriage. But in the D9 chart, that are the relationship experience after your marriage. After getting children, what are the kind of impact your ascendant is going to put in your life. So that is why it is very important to understand the D9 chart in Vedic Astrology. Apart from this, let me tell you one more thing. Especially look at the first house lord. If the planet that is controlling the first house, if it is an auspicious planet, by mean to say auspicious, if it is a benefic planet like Moon, Jupiter, Venus and Mercury, because these are the benefic planets in Vedic astrology. So if your ascendant is governed by these benefic planets, it means the relationship aspect, it is going to be bit of a polite thing. Like there is not going to be a lot of struggling and lot of hardships are present, but that too depend upon the planetary placement in D1 and D9 both. But let me tell you, it symbolizes the soft approach towards marriage. Your spouse or life partner, she or he, is going to take the approach of the marriage in a very soft way, in a much polite way, rather than directly going towards the anger related issues and such kind of a things. She or he is going to take marriage much in a polite kind of a way. And that is why if you are having the ascendants that are the benefic planets, that is much more auspicious in the D9 chart. I'm not saying this thing like the malefic ascendants of the Saturn, Sun and Mars. These are not favorable. These are also very, very favorable. But let me tell you, the sustenance part of the marriage, how your marriage life is going to sustain. If the benefic planets are posited in the Kendras of the D9 chart, your marriage is going to sustain very easily. In the first, 4th, 7th and 10th house, these quadrant houses in the D9 chart plays a vital role, because these are the foundational values, or these are the pillars of your marriage. Because if you look at the first house, that is the 7th house, which is very, very important. If you look at the 4th house, it is the 10th house of your spouse as well, which is also very, very important. So that is why these foundational pillars are very important in your life. And if benefic planets, Jupiter, Mercury, Moon and all these kind of planets, if they are posited in the quadrant houses, you are going to receive a lot of blessings after marriage especially. And especially if suppose 3 benefic, 1 malefic is present, so it means 1 malefic quality is also going to be present in the married life as well. More the benefics, more the beneficial marriage, more the malefics, more the malefic kind of a marriage. It is as simple as that. Apart from this first house, it also represents the intellectual abilities of you, which you are going to develop after marriage. And if you are going through that Lord, look at the ascendant. Suppose you are Aries ascendant in the D9 chart. So look at where Mars is posited. Suppose Mars is in exaltation sign and it is posited in the 10th house in the sign of Capricorn. And you are going through Mars Mahadasha, 7 years long period of a Mars. This period is going to bring major transformations in the relationship aspect of your life. And secondly, Mars is a malefic planet and it is posited in the quadrant houses. It means you are going to receive a lot of difficulties, although it is exalted, but the difficulties in the marriage, it is going to be seen in your life. Because quadrants are very, very important part of your life. Also the first house, it not only governs your intellectual abilities or your physical appearance or the mental characteristics after marriage. As I told you, it is the 7th house of the partnerships as well. So any kind of a partnership, firm or business which you are going to do after marriage with your wife or with your husband especially. So that kind of a partnerships are purely seen with this placement. And even let me tell you, if your ascendant lord of the D9, if it is posited in the 6th house, 8th house and even the 12th house, it is not considered that much bad. Because ascendant is always auspicious and this ascendant is always trying to protect you in a better way possible. And your other half, that is your spouse, that is the 7th house. So she or he always try to maintain that aspect or that cordial bond in the marriage. And that is why first house is not only controlled by you. Suppose you are having some kind of a fight with your life partner, it means you are spoiling your ascendant and your life partner, he or she is spoiling her 7th house as well. And if that house is spoiled, it means a lot of mood swings are going to be happen over there. There is a lot of difficulties that are going to arise in both of your lives. So try to understand this first house in that way. Don't only understand this placement by just like it is my house and this is me. This is not you. This is the relationship aspect. This is a both, like consider it as a multiple entity. that is you and that is your life partner. So how the relationship is going to be, that thing is seen from the first house. And Benefic Planets represents more of auspicious kind of a relationships, and Malefics represent there are going to be some difficulties present in your married life. So that is why it is very, very important to understand the D9 chart in a complete way. Also, let me tell you one more thing, interesting thing. First house, as I told you, if suppose from D1 to D9, the ascendant is not going to change. Suppose it is a Vargottama ascendant. Vargottama means same ascendant in the D1 and same ascendant in the D9 chart. Like Libra ascendant in the D1 and Libra in the D9. So it is going to have a same ascendant. If you are having a same ascendant and then it is Vargottama, and then if it is governed by the positive planets, it is going to bring a lot of auspiciousness as well. But if it is governed by the malefic planet, suppose you are Aries ascendant and again in the D9 it is a Aries ascendant, then it is going to be a bit difficult. Because the benefic planets, they have the tendency to mold around. They can easily mold. Because the number one positive aspect of the benefic planets, they want to sustain for the longer duration of time. And I'm talking about the sustenance of marriage. And on the other hand, the malefic planets like Mars, Saturn, like especially the Aries ascendant, Scorpio ascendant, Capricorn ascendant, Aquarius ascendant. So these ascendants are ruled by, even the Leo ascendant, these are ruled by malefic planets. So they don't look for the marriage in that kind of a way. They try to look marriage at a partnership kind of a business. Like if I am contributing 50% of love, affection towards my life partner, he or she also going to give me the 50 and 60% of the love. And in that way, marriage is not going to work. Because marriage is purely based upon the selfless love towards other. If you are giving 100%, then you are going to receive the 100% back. But even in some cases, you are putting your 100% love and emotions, but you are not receiving your 100% emotions back. That is why in the D9 chart, it is going to be a malefic or Vargottama ascendant that is ruled by malefic planets, and that is why it is quite a complicated placement. I will tell you, Vargottama ascendants are very good for materialistic gains, acquiring name, fame and reputation, career success and professional growth. In that way, Vargottama ascendant is going to lead you to a certain height. But in terms of dealing with the relationship aspect, you have to be bit of a polite person. In that way, you can sustain your relationship. Because if you understand correctly, first house, that is the 7th house of your spouse, that is you. It means the relationship aspect is shaped by your personality. If you easily adjust according to the planetary alignments of your spouse, you are going to live a very happy and very fruitful married life. But if you don't like to mold yourself, because Saturn, like Saturn ascendant, Aquarius ascendant, it is a very karmic ascendant. So Saturn don't like to mold. Capricorn ascendant, Saturn don't like to mold. It is going to put a lot of cold-heartedness in that kind of a relationships. And the beautiful remedy, if you are having this thing, practical remedy I'm telling you, please give the space to some other person as well. Give them the proper space. And don't try to dominate other person in a relationship aspect. If you are having malefic ascendants. Because as soon as you start dominating, it means you are not only afflicting your first house, the 7th house of the relationship, it is also going to afflict. And then the relationship is going to break again and again. So that is why please look into the first house very, very carefully. I hope you find some kind of a deep insights regarding the first house. If you have any queries regarding your D9 chart placement, any other marriage, career consultation, if you want to ask me, do let me know, guys. I'm happy to help you within next 48 hours after receiving your email. So till then, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it below and make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, where I post lot of stuff related to Vedic Astrology. Till then, please take care of yourself. I will meet you very, very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.